And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. Well, I've got, I think, enough smelted down here, so let's try. We're going to need 12 pyros.
Crafting.
Yep, just enough. So, pyros. I've got the conveyor belts all run here, so we're good on that front. This might be a little tough to get to. So one there. Oh, there. I'm used to this being on the surface. So I want one there, and there. That should be all of them. Okay, so the pyros are in. Now let's run some juicy, nice, enriched coal. I want to get this thing charged up and all the pyros primed with power. There you go. So this thing, these should be able to, yeah, 21 power per second. I've already got the experimental pods ready. So, you know, I smelted enough copper, got those pods made, smelted enough copper for the pyros. But I didn't just sit here and rest on my laurels. I dug out the pit for the iron cargo lift eventually, plus the power and the distribution for plasma heads eventually, planning way ahead of time. I don't know what's going on with my throat, but yeah, anyway, too much talking in the last few days. Alright, so this thing should be fully powered. These things have a lot of power, so I think it's time to move the experimental pods. I'm just going to throw them in there, and we are going to switch on the basic miner upgrades. Now, while this is running, our threat level is going to go crazy high. So I want to make sure that this thing can punch out as much power as possible, as fast as possible. So everything is running full blast. Ooh. We got through about half the pods before the power ran dry. But if we looked at our threat levels right now, they would be pretty high. Oh, come on. Just pop up. There we go. So yeah, it's climbing fast. Even with the calmers reducing our threat, it's still climbing pretty fast. But it should get done. The threat should calm down before that 30 minutes is up. In fact, it might be done already. Oh, no. One more. And then we'll see if the next upgrade after basic, we should also, oh, it's done. Okay, so the intermediate miner upgrades has the smelter icon. So I'm going to hazard a guess that that's got the smelter in it. Oh, yes. So it is 5 basic. Well, that is pretty easy. We actually have enough. It's 10 here and 30 there. The 15, what is it? 15 simplified? Well, that's 10. And that's going to be 30 and 90. So 120 bars of tin. And we are smelting copper right now, and I don't want to smelt copper. Let's smelt tin because we need it. Also, I think that unlocked, yeah, the Mk2 forced induction, but that's 50 tin for that beast, and yeah, that's going to be a lot of tin. The other thing I did while I was waiting for all that to finish was not only dig out the iron pit there, so we're going to be using a lot of iron soon, and I can use conveyors temporarily while I wait. But if we go down to the lithium level, I've also dug out, you know, the 3x3 shafts going down all the way. So this one goes down to the cold caves. And then the next one goes down to, this is gold. And we have another one that goes down. This is the titanium and nickel that we've got so far. So yeah, we've dug shafts down here now. Now the tough part's going to be getting down to the toxic caves, because that's kind of where our base is going to be. And it's going to be a difficult maneuver, because the toxic caves are very treacherous. Okay, we're gonna try to get up here. Oh, that's too far. I'm gonna land on the ground and kill myself. Whee! So yeah, it's a little easier getting up from that little one block hole. So, and then the lithium, I have it mapped out to come down somewhere over here. Instead of right next to this, I wanted a little bit away so we didn't interrupt with our lift here. And as far as iron goes, yeah, we used a lot of iron for those pyros. That was a lot of iron. 23 tin. Yeah, we got a little ways to go before we get enough tin. I'm gonna break this down. This is not the place that I'm gonna want those, because we're gonna want some lithium smelting up here. Iron smelting is gonna go over there. Should we map out where gold and titanium are? I doubt my nickel. I really doubt my nickel is going to last too long into the game. Because not only are we bringing up iron here, but we've also got to smelt it and then have another cargo lift bringing down the bars. So this is just one cargo lift for this. We're going to need another one to bring bars down. And I could bring bars down on one lift. Just have one like huge lift and then sort the bars down below. I could do that. In fact, that's might be what I do, just because let's see, that's going to be 600 bars of any given type. It's going to favor certain hoppers. So that's going to be tough to control which bars are loaded and making sure that they're even. But I could have, you know, let's see, look at the hoppers here. If I have the improved cargo lift, that's going to be 2,000 capacity. So I could have two of these 1,000 slot hoppers and then do a 50-50 merge with two different bars. I have 4 different bars. So that could be all your T1, copper, tin, iron, and lithium could all come down in groups of 500. But even then, that might not be enough throughput for a factory, a full-blown automated factory down in the toxic caves. I would like to get construction paste going. I need to put up my crates. Let's see, where are my crates at? There they are. I want to get my crates up and running here. So we have this massive amount of copper. There we go. Those things, put the hydrojet cutter in there. We have a lot of garbage that we're going to have to make into construction paste. And yeah, that's something I'm going to want to do. So let's look at aesthetics. Construction paste grinder. These memory serves, they don't need power. So we don't really have the hoppers to handle this process either. I could borrow some from this, but we're going to need them pretty soon for processing the intermediate pods. It would be nice to get this done as soon as possible, though. Do I have enough conveyors for that? I might. Yeah. Good. That takes care of me having to load and unload them. Take that out of there. Okay, take the crates out. Turrets. I want to put the turrets on this menu here. So, turret mark 1, turret mark 2. Now the construction paste grinder, I can manually load it or I can use the ore thief. If I use the ore thief, I'm going to need power. It needs power to do it. So I could pull off of this somewhere. Really don't have. I could do it over here. This might be a wiser move. So I'll put a logistics hopper there. And then pyros can go here and here. And then batteries can go here and here. We want a little bit of battery backup. And then the ore thief can go right here. Okay. And so let's put those in. Let that deliver it for now. And the ore thief, let's see, do I have... I might not have it unlocked. Whoa! Why is there a conveyor belt right there? Did I accidentally hit the button? Might not have the ore thief. Is this calm down? Yeah, this is calming back down again. Ore thief. And pretty much the enhanced drill motor. Want that. Teleporter network would be nice. Although I don't think I can make anything. I don't think I can make the teleporters yet. Let me look. I think they're under logistics. Teleporter network. Well, diamond crystal, we've got some diamond, but we don't have nearly the power generation to handle zipping back and forth with these, because those deep, like if I wanted one to gold, that's 20,000 power to get down there. That's a lot of power, especially if you're just running with pyrothermic generators. Okay, where would the ore thief be? There it is. Garbage thief. Tin bar. Placed in the 3x3 layout, so I need 9 of these. Crafting. Okay, where did that pop that? There it is. Bingo. There is the garbage thief. Then it's just a matter of a massive amount of hoppers. And I'm going to want hopper, and hopper. I'm going to want a lot of these. And then come out here. So those would be a hopper. Those will be all of the... Right here, that's will be all the construction paste grinders. So let's see what it takes to make one of those. Okay, organic detritus. Do we have enough for, what is that, 6? Yeah. 6 times 16? Crafting. Oh, good, we made it. Just like that. They're nice and colorful. But we need hoppers on the inside there. Not sure how I'm going to run all... Sure, I don't know how to run with that, but... I'll make it work. Yeah, we don't nearly have the resources to produce all the hoppers required for this little job. So I'm gonna want hoppers on the inside, and then conveyors going out like that. Yeah. How much more tin do we have? 120 even. Well, I want one or two more just so I don't lose this spot. If you use it all, it'll, you know, it empties your inventory. Okay, so we need 15 intermediate minor, or 15 simplified here. So that means it's 30 and then 90. Woo-wee! Used up all of our tin. That's why I haven't been building any conveyor belts or anything, because I needed that tin. That's why I've been smelting it over here exclusively. Yeah, we needed the 50 tin bars for the blue forced induction, which would help, you know, speed this process up quite a bit. Just sort of, you know, the game sort of ramps up after a while. You get to the point when you start to build up resources. You do a little bit of research here and there, but overall, yeah, it accelerates pretty fast, especially after you get smelters unlocked. Once you get smelters unlocked and you build a few of them, it goes pretty fast. You know, I have 246 copper. I could just take this copper that's right in here. Just like that. And then how much do I have left? I have 52, 104, 106. Make sure, just making sure that it's even. If it's even, it's good. And these should be processing nicely. I want to wait until the pods are done so we can push through that research as fast as possible. Because if it lingers like this, if these things linger on, our threat level will just stay very, very high, and we'll end up losing. And that will be sad times, because the batteries, all these batteries would drain if we lose. Because we have important CPH on. Trying to build up 50 tin for a blue forced induction. Make sure I've got the resources for all the other resources for it. So yeah, I've got the copper, the iron, and the lithium for it. No problem. So we are about halfway done, a little over halfway done now with the pods. And now it's just a matter of getting those last pods made. How much power are these things generating? Can't really tell. So these things are generating, because they are lower. They are minus 21. So they're still generating 21 power per second, which is good. That's what we want to see. All right. And make another one. 12. I think we can click it on now. Because as it's processing these pods, we'll have these pods being made, so shouldn't lose any time with that. Oh, almost to the 50. Almost. Yeah, I'm going to need some headroom in here, so the next thing that we're going to want to research, I want to get that. Let's see if I can move I'd hate to move this thing because the CPH has a ton of power reserve. So it shouldn't have any problems. Oh, there's our threat going up. Okay, so we don't need to do cold research just yet. Advanced power grid should unlock those blue lasers. We need those blue lasers to then make let's see, the Mk2 Auto-Excavator. So yeah, there's a lot of research that needs to get done here. So advanced logistics needs to get done. That's 25 basic, 15 intermediate. And then advanced power grid needs to get done, and that is going to be, that's an expensive one. Wow, that's an expensive one. Oh, that's a pricey one right there. Metal alloys needs to get done so I can get some crystal. And Spider Bro is just going to be ignored, I think, in this game. Because when he's around, you know, you build a system to gather up bug parts to kill bugs at a certain radius. Well, then Spider Bro comes in and he kills, you know, bugs way far away, and you lose out on those bug parts. Somebody recommended I put glass over the top of this, and I think it's a good idea. It's like a memorial. Or I could just fill it in. That's... Oh no! Because we're probably gonna bust into it with our digging. Because if we go up, I'm thinking about going up 8. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 right there. So that would be our ceiling. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks is all we have to work with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, we would just be tickling the bottom of this crater if I went up 8. Okay, let's see. What's our threat level? Ooh-wee! Look at that. Wow. Yeah, researching definitely hits hard on the threat level. I think we should have at least 50 bars now. So I'm going to take that away and quickly build this and put that in its place. There we go. A little bit faster. Using a bit more power, but we are now smelting a little bit faster. And how is this doing? Oh, it's done! Oh, yes. Ore smelter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can make 8 ore smelters. Oh, so excited. Okay, we're going to take this away. We are going to redo this setup. I need to clear out the tin that's in there, and we're going to redo this setup to support more than one smelter at a time. Same thing over here. We're going to want a couple smelters on this side as well, just to start building up the ore. Not sure how I'm going to do this. I think we're going to need to pull that ore out and handle it that way. Just because there's really no easy way. I could bring a pyro over here instead of beaming power in, I'm going to take that away as well. Oh, so exciting. But that's all we have time for today. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.